What's up, everybody? KRK Beats back here at Out the Box Studios. Excited about today's video. Switching lanes a little bit. We're going into phones, particularly the iPhone 13, and we're looking at its features compared to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and how does it compare? Because basically iPhones typically pick up where the last one left off, so to speak. So the top flagship of the 12 is basically this right here. The iPhone 13, beautiful device. Yes, it's pink. This is not mine. This is the boss's. So, it's in a case, of course. I'll put the links below to the case. And before we go any further, please, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscription button as well as the notification bell. That's if you would like to be updated when we put out new content, because we constantly put out content relating to audio, video, mainly studio music, reviews, all different type of content, here at Out the Box. We're just happy to have you along for the ride. So we're gonna look at some of the features, of the iPhone 13. And what's interesting to me is the question. I don't like putting dates, like on the video. I don't put like this year's iPhone, is it still good in this year or whatever, because I feel like I shoot my videos on the iPhone 8, right? 8 Pro, I think, or 8 Plus, or whatever they were calling it at that time. That's what I'm shooting on. Now, eventually, I will upgrade and use a different device. However, even though I create content, is an iPhone 13, in my opinion, this is my opinion, good enough to create content with, take excellent photos, and most people may create some content, but not to the level where they may need, a tri-camera system, because the iPhone 8 Plus that I use to record has a dual camera. And I am interested in switching to a tri-camera system. However, I think the video quality is excellent even now, and I've been using my phone for years. So we're gonna look at this iPhone 13, and this is the pink. This is actually the only size and the only model of the 13 that's sold in pink. So if you're looking for a pink iPhone, this is it, point blank period. With excellent video, updated screen, so you're getting a better screen experience than even, I would argue, the 12 Pro series, the Pro and the Pro Max. That's debatable, but come on now, we're talking excellent craftsmanship. And this case right here is it's gorgeous. It's a clear case, so you can actually see the phone. So we'll get into some more of the details of the specs of the phone, the differences between the last model. Obviously now iPhones don't come with, you can see how thin that is. They don't come with a charging brick. I think that hurts Apple. Here's why. I got this from Best Buy for like $10, right? Now, granted, it's not an Apple, certified, whatever, but it's USB-C, by the way, and it does come with the cord. So it's USB-C to Lightning. They keep wanting Apple to change to USB-C. And what I don't know if people realize that this Lightning port is the best charger. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. This is the best charger ever made, because have you ever had, the cord will break. I've never had this. I've had my phone, look at that. I've had my phone for almost 6 years, and I've never once had an issue, because the male side, or the plus side, is this side, and the female side, or the negative side, oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it without offending anyone, but you see what I'm saying. This connection goes into that connection versus a USB-C right here. you have the opposite happening. So you have things that can get damaged in that section, which is, smaller. And, so anyways, I don't know if I'm explaining what I'm trying to say correctly, but it's the reason Apple has kept this for so long. So anyways, off of my rant, you don't get the charging brick, but I got this one for $9. Why does that hurt Apple? Because if you give something free, I'm more prone to buy an Apple device or Apple accessory later on. But because now you haven't got me on that first one, this one I got from Best Buy, $9, whereas theirs is twice the price. And if you just want to pay $10 or $20 for the Apple, there's nothing wrong with that because I have a bunch of Apple, things that came with my previous ones. However, there's so many floating around out there, you can get used ones for the price of this one. But I got this one brand new, $10. So anyways, that's my rant. I think it hurts Apple not giving out a free brick because, this is nothing. Like, this don't even exist to them as far as their bricks in the grand scheme of money. Like, come on now. But anyways, the iPhone 13. I go on rants, but I have points to my rants. So, my experience with it, and I haven't, because as I said, I'm using an 8 Plus. So I haven't switched over to this version of Apple's life or whatever you call it now. And what's interesting, I'm going to go on another rant. Swan song. Apple is showing you what's next as far as the contact lens or the glasses and everything's augmented reality. So these at some point are not even going to be relevant. Back to my main point. My experience with this is driving. Obviously, you don't want to touch your phone. But there are times when, let's be honest, the phone rings or something, you don't have to touch it. It'll open for you. And even when you're just don't be on your phone driving. I'm not saying that. Please don't do that. But okay, so back to my main point. Allegedly, I guess. So my main point is that having the ability to just open, and at this point, your face is on so many different things. That was one reason I always like having that tactile iPhone 8 where I could just touch it, fingerprint, but your fingerprint's out there, your face is out there. It doesn't matter at this point. So being able to open it up and just look at it is a nice switch, a nice upgrade. So my wife's iPhone, this is her first iPhone. So her first experience with the Apple phone, because she's been Android. We had Android for years. And then I switched to that iPhone, that 8 Plus. That's the first iPhone I ever got, and I've had it for 6 years. So, but with this, the screen on here, and all of this is already out there. I'm just talking about from my experience. The screen is the same exact size as the 8 Plus, right? But the body of the phone is smaller, which, lends to better one-hand operation. You can do everything on this phone. Pretty much anybody, no matter what demographic you fall in, can use this phone with one hand. And I'm hearing rumors that they're gonna drop the mini and get a Max iPhone. So they'll have an iPhone Max, like not Pro, just an iPhone Max. That would be a good idea. I remember when they had one size iPhone, and I always said, oh, they should make a plus, minus, or different size, large, medium, small, something. And eventually, obviously, they already were working on that. So, very nice, very elegant look. As I said, the only model that comes in this color for this year, for the 13, is the iPhone. This is the only one you can get that color option. All of the Pro color options, and I'm gonna go over those here in a second. They lend to more basic colors, and these are more personality driven. So really nice layout. So let's talk about the specs of the iPhone 13. Okay, so for the specs on the iPhone 13, I'm gonna be reading off of Apple's, website. I don't have everything memorized, sorry, but hey, we're learning together. So it says their most advanced dual camera system, which the dual camera is on the that's what I'm recording on right now, dual camera. It says durability. I know there's, I think, a ceramic coating on the front of the phone. It has an A15 chip, whereas the 12 has the 14 and 11 on down, that whole thing. And the battery life on this phone is what stands out for a lot, because I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe when they did the benchmark test that the iPhone 13, or it might have been the 12 Pro Max, I can't remember which one it was, but I know it had some of the longest battery life in the phone industry. So that's not even an issue. My iPhone 8 Plus, that's it. It's hard to keep all these names straight, but it has, still to this day, decent battery life. It's not what it once was, obviously, but there's charging situations everywhere now with wireless charging, and everything. So, but back to that, this has a big battery. I don't think they may have the battery size. You can check that out on Apple's website if you're like into that hardcore, like, okay, what exactly size is the battery? I don't know. But anyways, they say it's your superpower, so I guess so. They have two sizes of the iPhone 13. There's a 13 and a 13 mini. There's a 6.1 display, which I believe on the iPhone that I'm filming on, it's like 5 something, or I believe it's like 5.7. Again, I could be wrong. I'm in the ballpark, but the mini has a 5.4 inch display, I believe. Yeah, that's it. So, it has the square design that I believe harks back to the 4. I think the 3 was round, the 4 went square. I know it's a whole system to it. It's all good, man. It's a phone. So, let me see, the dual cameras, they got them diagonal, as you can see on here, and that's one of the different features. I don't know if you can see that. One of the different features with the 11 is the phone was up and down. And honestly, a dual camera system, in my opinion, is just as good as the tri-camera, minus the ability of the zoom. So obviously that's an added bonus to having that tri-camera system, but this phone takes some excellent pictures, and I'm gonna put some of them up, and as well as some photos of the phone itself, so you can just see what it looks like. Obviously it still has a lightning port, and that's what the bottom looks like. What's up, everybody? So for this portion of the video, I am actually filming on the iPhone 13. Yes, Apple's iPhone 13. I just wanted to give a little perspective on what the video capabilities are like. The rest of the video, or the video in its entirety, was filmed on my 8 Plus, so you can kind of get a comparison to the video capabilities. Because again, my point throughout this is that all of these phones have incredible cameras. You don't want to kind of count yourself short or think, well, this is less than, because you can look at the video quality of this video is superb. So if you're starting out creating content, and it's the audio from the phone as well. I didn't hook up. I have a Rode iPhone microphone. It's like a shotgun microphone for the iPhone. Check that video out. It's by Rode. You can look at that for I'll put a link to it below. But my point being, the video, the audio that you're hearing and seeing is done on the iPhone 13. So maybe you think it looks terrible, and then, okay, well, whatever. But I think the quality of the phone is excellent. You can check out some of the photos I'm gonna put up, comparisons. So my camera is an older camera, but it's a DSLR Nikon D3100. So it's not a real expensive camera, you know. It is it's a Nikon. It's pretty decent, takes good photos. But you'll see, I mean, I think this came out, hold on, let me put it up. All right, right back. Yeah, I think that camera came out in 2010, or it's not new, but just to get a comparison of a camera, and I know newer cameras are obviously going to have much higher quality, but again, just to get a comparison of a DSLR camera and the iPhone 13, I did a comparison of almost the exact same shot, not the exact, obviously, but close to the exact same shot. So you can compare there, see what you think of the iPhone 13. And again, that is the only model that comes in that pink color for those who are looking for that color in an iPhone. But, again, I don't like saying even the date. You can, when you're watching this video and wherever, but I look at it from like, okay, somebody watching this video 2 years from now, 3 years from now, what can they take from, okay, can I get this phone on sale, on a discount? Because that's how I look at phones. Like, I wait for a few models to come out, and then you get maybe an older model before it's discontinued, and there you go, you get it at a discount and you get the on par technology. I mean, this is an excellent device. Some people felt some kind of way about the charging brick and the AirPods being taken out. Now, I can't see the AirPods situation. See, that's why they can afford to take out the brick, obviously, because they know people are going to buy those AirPods. I get it, but I just think you still sell more of these right here if you give out one free, because once you use that one, it's going to float around. You keep it for a long time, but you are going to be prone. Now, you may still go buy a different brand, obviously, but hey, they know what they're doing. I don't work for Apple. I really don't. And I have to say that too. All the devices and all the equipment that we review here at Out the Box is equipment that we're using every day. It's not things that, some things I may review and necessarily not keep, but I'm not being sent things to promote. And even if I was, it would be something that still falls in line with the ethos that I try to have with the studio. With products I use and purchases, because come on, it's hard-earned money, so I never want to kind of promote, like, go run out there and just grab whatever. But people buy phones, so if you're gonna buy a phone, hey, and you're looking at an Apple, if you're an Android user, there's some great Android phones out there. I started hardcore Android, but when phones switched to closed cases and not being able to switch the batteries out on both sides, the Apple products are just, come on, we all know. So anyways, I know some are going to argue that, allegedly. Don't get mad at me. I'm just ranting here. But so to wrap up this review, my overall thoughts, the quality of it, phones now are at a level where, swan song, where they're not phasing out, but this physical phone, just like music, having CDs and discs faded out and it went into a digital platform. It's always good to have, tactile devices. However, it's changing now. So we're getting to a point where this iPhone 13, imagine I had my phone for 5, 6 years, 7 years. You could probably use an iPhone for 10 years, easy. Now, it wouldn't have the most updated, features, and those are things that obviously at certain points you want to try. So I would recommend taking a look at this phone if you're a content creator. If you're not, if you want this color, because again, it was interesting. They don't offer a pro model in this pink color, and there are a lot of people who want pink phones. I particularly don't rock a pink phone, but there's a lot of people that do. So, you can keep that in mind, and you're getting that the screen type, because I didn't talk about that. It is a Super Retina XDR OLED HDR10, Dolby Vision, 800 nits, HBM, 1200 nits peak. I have no clue what that means. I'm gonna be dead honest with you, but it sounds really good, so I want to let y'all know that. So it does have a OLED, a XDR OLED display. So keep that in mind as well. If you get that screen, you get this color, and it's a phone that can be operated with one hand, but it's still a huge screen, because this screen right here is larger than the Plus series. And so keep that in mind if you were a iPhone Plus user, like the 8 Plus phone. This screen is bigger. It's just it doesn't have the body of that phone, which that's the point. And call me late to the game. I mean, I know there's a bunch of videos out here talking about iPhones, but I just wanted to do this right now because at the end of the day, it's not really about the phone coming out right now. I know it is, but you really could look at this phone for the next couple of years if you're looking to upgrade or switch. This would be an excellent switch if you are an Android user. People switch all the time, so in my opinion, one isn't better than the other. It's really just, you have to have those two opposites. And a lot of people have both phones. So, but really nice phone, man. Really, really excellent design. Also, I would suggest, as you see, I have the case on it. I didn't want to take the case off because ultimately, like I said, this is a loaner. I don't want to break the phone. Always have a case. If you buy a phone, order the case prior to it, or try to, even if you just go get like a little dummy case, you go get like just a basic case, just to have it, and then you go get another one later on. It's nice to have dual cases to keep your device protected, as well as a screensaver. That is on here now because I know they have it set up, break your phone, bring it to this company, that company, and they'll buy it back or upgrade, but ultimately you're buying a phone plan, so you have to look at the pricing and the plan and all of that. So just keep that in mind. Always keep your phone protected. I know a lot of people don't put cases on their phone, but try to get that case prior to purchasing the phone, so that when the phone comes in or you go get it, you're already good. So thank you for stopping by Out the Box Studios and our review of the iPhone 13. And see if it, what you think of that phone. Let me know in the comments what phone you're using, Apple, Android. Again, I don't want to start a debate or argument. It's just, good conversation. Also, if you hadn't had a chance to, please hit that subscription button as well as a notification bell if you would like, so you can find out when we post new content. Like I said, we're doing content like this all the time. I particularly did the phone because that's what I record on, and I'm gonna do a few more videos about content creation. This is my going into the second year. So what did I learn in that time? And I'll get into some of that in those videos. But for this one, I wanted to do about the phone because this is a great way to do content. You don't have to have the most expensive cameras to create great content, and a lot of content is created on these things right here. So I appreciated this review, just examining a new iPhone. Hopefully you got something from it, and like I said, thank you for stopping by Out the Box Studios. And my thought in the studio today, because I always like to leave on a positive thought or something to get you motivated. Perseverance is important. You got to persevere through issues, problems, things you're going through, because ultimately, looking back and you see the growth and the effort you put into something. Like I said, I just want to post one video. I want to start a YouTube channel. Whether it's good, bad, in between, whatever you think of it, it's the action that counts. So I've said it before, but perseverance, but taking that first step with it is key to your success, man. And I wish you much success and blessings. KRK Beats for Out the Box Studios. Peace.